All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. So I just want us to take a quick sneak peek at the market to see how the market is doing this morning. All right. So let me put this up here quick. Um, mm, I just want to do this quick here. Particularly, I want to look at the futures market, right? I really want to look at the futures market, see how the futures market is doing. So um, um, mm, all right, give me a second, guys. Let me share this to some few platforms here. Um, yeah, I'm trying to share this to some few platforms here, and then we'll take a look at some few markets here in pretty shortly. Um, mm, mm. All right. So let's take a quick look at yes, let's take a quick look at some market here. Quick, this is not going to take us more than 5 minutes. Maybe some 10 minutes over here. I just want to scan through the market quick and see how the market is doing this morning. All right. So I'm looking at the MNQ, that is the NASDAQ, right? This morning, last week, I think on Friday, we had a huge gap. We have a strong CPI news, etc. All these news created some huge rally across all tradable assets. And when the market open up yesterday, it was also huge as well, right? We saw a very huge gap, across most of these futures market as well. All right, so let's start with the MNQ. Quick, guys, let's start with the MNQ. So we look at the MNQ, guys. But MNQ for demand, I've got some two demand zones over here. All right, so two demand zones. One is one is the entry is 25,768, 25,768, and the exit the exit is 25,752. All right. So the first one, and all this is 15 minutes, right? The market will be opening very soon. So the entry is 25,768, and the exit is, I see an opportunity in there, 25,752, right? That's the first one. And then I've got a second one as well, a second zone still in 15 minutes over here. The entry is the entry is the second zone is 25,722, and the exit is 25,711. All right. And then for take profit, we're an all-time highs, guys. This is a long position, right? I don't see any supply zone. As you guys can see, we're an all-time high. So there is no supply zone in here, right? There's no supply zone in here. We're in all-time highs. So that's the story for the MNQ, that's the NASDAQ. Let's take a quick look at the what you call it, the S&P. So the S&P to similar type of story as well. 15 minutes on 15 minutes zone. Entry is going to be 6.8. I just want to run through some of the indices and then some crude oil, gold, and then if time permits, I can take a look at some few currencies and then we call it day. You should be part of our WhatsApp group. When you're part of the WhatsApp group, you're going to have access to my trade grid, where you have access to all these, market as well. All the things that I'm doing over here, they've already been posted on the, trade grid, right, for you. So you should be part of that group. All right. So exit here. I just come over here and then I do a quick, it's almost like a sound check and they'll get ready for the market, right? But if you're looking for good opportunities, I've already put everything is on there. Everything is all right on there on the grid. All right. So it's on 15 minutes. Demand zone right here. I'm gonna go for this one as well. All right. So here, another 15 minutes. Entry is gonna be 6.827, still on the S&P. As it is going to be 6.823, right? That's the second zone. The second zone for the S&P. And of course, if you have been part of this journey, part of this training, you know this is an A+ setup, right? This is an A+ setup right here. All right, let's take a look quick at the Dow. Let's look at the Dow. Let's take a look quick here at the Dow. Let's take a quick look at the Dow and see where we have opportunity for the Dow. So for the Dow, of course, we're at all-time high, so there are no 15-minute supply zone setting anywhere. All right, there are no 15-minute supply zone. But whilst there are no 15-minute supply zone, we do have, I do have a couple 15 minutes demand zone sitting right here for the Dow as well. And like I said, this is all available on the trade grid, right? If you don't have access to it, then you should be part of the WhatsApp group, right? Okay. All right. So let's this is the Dow. The Dow, I see an opportunity right here. Of course, there's a gap right here. So that is our A+ setup. I was going to take this one, but I think I like this one first. So I'll go for this one. This 15 minutes demand zone right here. All right. I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna go for this zone, right? So I like this. I like this over here. I like this zone right here. Can even bring it down here. Yeah. So what are the coordinates for this one? This is still 15 minutes on the Dow, right? 15 minutes on the Dow. Entry 47, 47,325. Exit. It's gonna be 47,238, right? That's the first one for the Dow. And of course, we have a second one for the Dow as well, right? For the second one for the Dow, for the second one for the Dow, second opportunity for the Dow, we have to come down somewhere. I kind of like let me stretch it a little bit, let me open it up a little bit, see what's happening. The second zone for the Dow, 15 minutes. Gonna pick it up and end it right here, right? The second zone for the Dow, and for those of you in other markets, that's the US 30, right? This is the second zone for the Dow. So 46,943. That's it. It's gonna be 46,896. All right. So that's the story for the Dow, right? We're looking at the futures market here. Story for the Dow. All right. Let's take a quick sneak peek at the Russell. Quick. Let's look at the Russell. Let's take a look at the Russell here. So the story is also not different from the Russell, right? So the Russell 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes as well. We have an A plus setup, right? We have an A plus setup right here, and then we have another zone also down somewhere here. I have another zone sitting right here, right? So that's the story for the Dow. 15 minutes. This is the Russell. Yeah, this is the Russell. So entry 25.22. Exit for the Russell. Maybe 25.20. And as always, guys, use proper risk management, right, for your trade. 15 minute zone right here. So 15 minutes zone entry. The second is the second opportunity for the Russell. Right. It's gonna be 25.05. Exit. It's gonna be 25.04. All right, that's for the Russell, right? That's the second opportunity right there for the Russell. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at gold and then crude oil, and then we're wrapping up here. I intend to make this very short. So let's look at gold and crude oil. Let's see what gold and crude oil they are doing. So let's take a look at gold first, and after that we look at crude oil, and then you know, we get ready for the market. If I have the time, I know I have a couple of meetings coming up, but let me get through this quick. For gold, we do have a supply zone. As a supply zone, and we do have a demand zone as well. Gold, this demand zone is good for gold, right? I see the market is trying to push down a little bit. 15 minutes entry. It's gonna be for gold 3977. As it is gonna be 3960, right? That's for gold. And for supply zone, it's gonna be supply zone is a little bit far away, and so I'll say that yeah, supply zone is sitting right at the top somewhere, right at the top somewhere. So I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take. Even though the gold is very volatile, it can move pretty quick. But for supply zone, it's sitting somewhere at the top, somewhere. So somewhere here. Okay, you let me plot it. Let me plot it right here. Let's plot it. All right, let's plot it so that you can write it. There are a few supply zones sitting right here. So yeah. So 15-minute supply zone. It's gonna be right here. Um, so 15-minute supply zone. We have one sitting right here. It's gonna be so for 15 minutes supply. Let's see. Entry 4205. Exit 4241. All right. All right. Okay. And then the other supply is sitting way at the top. So I'm just going to leave that one. All right. And let's go to crude oil quick, and then let's wrap up here. All right. I'm already late for a meeting. I need to get into a meeting right now. But let me finish up with this. Again, guys, like I said, this is already on the grid, right? This is already on the grid. So you know what to do, right? This is already on the grid. All right. So for crude oil, we already have a demand zone, right? Crude oil, 15 minutes as well for crude oil. The entry is 60. $13. And then the exit is 59.97 or so. All right. Okay. That's the story on crude. And then we have a second demand zone for the crude, which is sitting down here. If you want to go ahead and take that as well, means in case the top zone does not work, it does not hold. Entry is 58.60. Exit is going to be 58.39 or 38. You know, guys, like always, use proper risk management, right? Use proper risk management for all this trade, right? Use proper risk management all the time, right? All the time. All right. For crude, for supply, let's take a look, a peek here and see what's happening. All right. Kind of like this one. Let's see. I'm scanning through crude. All right. So 15 minutes supply zone. Crude is sitting right here. 15 minutes. Entry is 62.26. And then exit 62.42. And guys, all the time use proper risk management, right? Use proper risk management. Yeah. All these trades, like I said, is already available on the grid, right? So, you know, just set an alert, prices coming to the zone, you go ahead and then you get your short two, and then you go ahead and boom, you put in your trade, right? If price rallies all the way up to our supply zone, you know exactly what to do. All this trade that I've just talked about for the futures market is already available. I don't have to go through all the currencies over here, but they are already updated on the grid, right? I already got them. I already have them updated on the grid. So don't waste time at all. Go onto the grid and then pick up whatever that you're interested in trading, and then guys, go for it. Like always, you don't win battles that you refuse to fight. You got to be someone who is ready to take the risks, right? That is how you win. That's how you make money. All right, guys, peace out. Maybe by Wednesday night, we will do a midweek quick review and look at what opportunities and setups. Till that time, trade well as always. Bye for now.